Hey, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I wanted to share a secret. Some people multitask, and that distracts, and some people multi-leverage, but they maybe don't call it that. And I have coined the term multi-leveraging. And what does that mean? My name is Peter Stone, and I am President CEO of the Peter Stone Group of Companies. And there was a time I didn't have all the energy I thought that was available to me, or all the mind set or mind availability, strengths, just abilities in our minds, physical, mental, spiritual. So I made huge efforts over decades, really, to discover. And I continue to discover really cool stuff about the mind, body, and spirit. I will not just sit idly when someone says, "Oh, I'm bored." I'm like, really? How is that possible in a world like today? I don't know how it's possible. It really is, I suppose, if you take a mindset and you waste it, you sit idly bored. But so what do I do? What have I lived into, really? When time is valuable. Time is valuable, right? So when I was riding my bike, I love riding my bike. Since I was a kid, I love the meditative effect of kind of flowing down the road and into the woods, wherever, with a bicycle. Up the hills, down the hills. I mean, I just love the flow, the wind on my face, the sound in my ears. It's like a meditation switch to me. When I hear that wind, I mean, it's just like, boom, I'm connected. I'm grounded even though I'm on my bike. I mean, energy, I'm connected. I will go ride my bike under the full moon, at a sunrise, sunset, in the dark, in the sunset. I mean, even in the rain sometimes. And I've ridden my motorcycle in the snow. But regardless, the purpose of this little share here is multi-leveraging. And where I get my personal best benefit, whatever you do, you can just apply it. So when I ride my bike, I take ankle weights on both arms. A set for balance, because if you're unbalanced, then you get more practice than maybe you desire, trying to keep up. But maybe not bad practice, but definitely with a helmet. So I'm working on my lowers, number one. I never really counted the benefits, but I'm working on my lowers, number one. Working on my uppers, number two. I do a series of different things. Actually, it's kind of like doing the Billy Blanks basics on a bicycle without the kicking. But I'm kind of kicking when I'm pedaling. So I use different speeds. I go up hills. I do hands-free. Number one. So that is so my lowers, my uppers, my balance. Then I caught myself going around a roundabout, or rotary, as we call them in America, hands-free. I'm like, that's pretty good. So I'm stretching my mind, right? Not only my balance, but my thinking about how am I going to do this? Or how am I going to get up over a hill pumping hands-free with a balance? And is there a car coming the other way? We hope not. So that's maybe 4 or 5 things. Then I work on my posture, because when you're riding a bicycle, you're usually bent over, right? And I don't like to be bent over. it actually hurts. And some people go through show off, and I'm like, you live in your space, I live in my space, and the purpose of my riding's hands-free is for the multi-leveraging, practicing my balance and working my uppers, and actually my posture, I've had to work on it. So that gives me the ability to work on my posture. So now I'm working my lowers, my uppers, my balance, my mindset, my posture, and my strength. So 5 or 6 things. Then when the wind catches my ear, then I can go into a meditative state while I'm doing all this. And I was speaking to this guy, his name, just chatting, Peter Ragnar, made a comment once, and he said, oh yeah, he said skydiving. And I'm like, cool. And I've never skydived. I ocean dive, and I dive with my jet ski in open ocean. And that's a whole nother event of multitasking and flowing with nature at 50 or 60 miles an hour with the waves that are given to you to work and to maneuver with and to be at one with, right? So now the wind is blowing, just feeling that wind on my body with a little bit of sweat, right? Just is a switch. So it's the little things that when we notice them give us huge leveraging abilities. So I call this multi-leveraging and not multitasking, because that's like talking on the phone and riding your bike, and that's all distraction. But this is all stacking the values all in one moment. But the moment really turns into, like, I'll go ride my bike. My wife goes, well, you've been gone long. And I'm like, really? Didn't seem long, 45 minutes riding my bike, because I go home and kick off my shoes. I don't have proper biking shoes, and I don't have proper biking clothes, because I just go. And so then I go and I have a fresh coconut and get my recharge. I get my get electrolytes, and I have this drink that is it's a little shot, and it's trace minerals. So when I charge with that and mix it with some coconut juice and coconut meat to absorb the juice and any nutrients I might take, like I do take some amino acids to keep my muscle fit and to build, to get, what do they call that, muscle memory. So if I don't exercise for a week or 10 days, using these different supplements gets, I think it enhances the muscle memory, because my muscle comes back. Tone is what I'm after. I'm not after building, just tone and strength and fitness. So all that adds up. So I go home and I get this nice organic coconut drink, and I go back out, and then I come here and I sit for like 20 minutes over there, and I catch some sunshine. I mean, it's a beautiful sunny day here. So I get my vitamin D. So now I'm stacking up the vitamin D to fight off that thing that seems to be all over the world. So I take my zinc, my vitamin D, I take a supplement, vitamin C and D and zinc and minerals and a few aminos, and after I sit there for 20 minutes, I take whatever I feel like it. I don't stress myself out, but I go for 10, 12, 15 laps. Sometimes I don't feel like riding my bike, and I just say, like, I'm going to go ride my bike without these weights. But this morning, that's what I was going to do. I was just going to hop on the bike, grab a cup of coffee. They're sitting right there in front of me. I grabbed them, and I was going to go for 1 lap. I ended up for 5 laps, so I didn't have to do it this afternoon. So I thought I should share this leveraging, because what happens is that not wanting to, like, put these weights on and do that exercise. Turns into, once I have them on, it becomes like an automatic thing, and I ride to the store and grab a nice cup of coffee and go see some smiles from some real friendly Thai people, and enjoy my coffee and get some vitamin D while I'm sitting there. I'm doing a little contemplation. Then I ride back, and then it goes like this, like the little bit of energy that got generated says you want more of that. So the next thing I know is I do my full workout, like 5 laps, 2 around this village here, this green village, and all of the lotus have gone in, but there's a lot of them. And so I ride around here to listen to the birds and connect with nature before I get out into the intense workout. And it's as intense as I want to make it. So I go for the swim, and then I take a shower, and then I go sit and listen. There's a little waterfall right there. And I listen to those waves, to the flow of the water. It's very meditative for 10 or 15 minutes. So in a matter of an hour and a half, 2 hours, I got a really good balanced workout. And the gym is right there, but I'm not a gym guy. I mean, I go in and I lift weights every once in a great while. But I prefer to be outside in the sunshine. And these flowers are crazy. They are so fragrant. They're called Lilawadi. They are like unbelievable. And so I'll grab some and I do a little aromatherapy before I get into the pool. I don't know, maybe I'm up to 10 or 11 or 12 on the multi-leveraged events that I do. Then I do this other thing with a stone that I learned at a Bo Eason event. There's lots of stones. I came back and they say, grab a stone, put it under your feet. I'll do a little bit of that stuff and roll it and get your feet grounded and loosen up. It's like a foot massage when you're taking a stone and you're standing on it and rolling your foot around the top of it really hard. Even putting all your weight on it really stresses the foot and relieves a lot of tension. And then, well, I go and I write. And so Thailand, they're just so good with it's winter and everything is like void of rich tropical green, but it's still green, of course. And this is the other Lilawadi. This tree has red flowers. And they're not as fragrant, they're a little different, but they're still nice. So anyway, I just wanted to share, and if I don't share this time-saving device that I discovered bit by bit, I mean, I see people riding their bike, and that's great. You know, they just bent over, riding as fast as they can, and that's because they love to do that, and I appreciate that. But just for me personally, I really like, so I grabbed this wooden chair so my neck doesn't bend back, and I actually sit here, and that's the waterfall, so you can hear that. Right, much better here, and I just sit and catch some rays. So I'm just going to head home, which is back that way, but I'll go up by the pool, and you can see the crowds here. May as well be my own pool in my own backyard. I'm cool. I don't need a label on my shirt. I have my same bike I've had for 30 years because I love it. It's like my bike and I get along really well. So just a little share. There's houses for rent here, by the way. A little share if you like the gym. It's got air in there. It's got all kinds of stuff. So this is it, my little humble space here in Thailand. I just share that little bit, and I'll catch you later. I hope one thing I could have helped you with, and you all have a good night. Ken, Beverly, Talk to you later.